let me go ahead and see how our JB weld's doing. It's still a little bit tacky, but it's set enough to where I can start using it. So the next thing we want to do is we have to join our tank to our trigger. So we're going to, being careful of the JB weld, we go ahead and start screwing in that 1/4 inch or 3/4 inch. They call it a 3/4 inch close nipple at Lowe's. That's what the package is in, and that's on the plumbing aisle. You can see I just screwed that in part way there, and now we're going to start. It'll just thread into that bushing that we installed later. I'm sorry, we installed earlier. Duh. It'll install there, so we'll go ahead and very carefully start threading that. You don't want to cross thread it. You cross thread it, bad things happen. Can't fix it. So now I said earlier there's a an arrow on the valve that shows you the direction of flow, and so you don't do what I just did. I just installed everything backwards. Need to pay attention, which I didn't do, and I also just stuck my hand in the JB weld. But you need to pay attention to the direction of flow, since you think the trigger would have told me, but let me flatten that JB weld out again. But there's a big arrow on the bottom there. See that? It says flow. Well, not supposed to flow towards the tank. So let me pull that back out and install it the right way. I'll go ahead and pull the second one out of the package, and we'll install this one where it's supposed to go. So you just thread that in. Again, we're being careful not to cross thread anything. Now, one of the things I want to pay attention to, once I get it cranked down to just about where I want it, it'll start getting real tight, which it is. But I want to line up my hose adapter with my trigger assembly, so when I'm holding them, they'll be on the same side. You see here and here, they're going to be on the same side. So it just makes it easier when this will actually be behind my shoulder when I'm firing, and the hose will hang down behind my back. I carry my CO2 bottle in a holster, and that lets me just run the hose straight to it and leave it hooked up so I can rapid fire. Okay, now we're going to attach the barrel. Again, we're going to use the bushing end of the barrel is going to go right on this 3/4 inch threaded adapter that I had installed improperly last time. I'm heading the wrong way. The only place you really don't have any room for error on this whole thing is when you put together the PVC pipe with the glue, because once it's together, just for a matter of seconds, it's stuck. You're not going to be able to do anything with it. So get it good and tight. All right. Touch up my JB weld here. All right, we have an RPG. I would really let it set long enough for the JB weld to completely cure. Just for the purposes of the video, I didn't do that, but you can see it's, let me see if I can zoom back and get most of this in. Probably can't, nope. But there it is. I'll get some shots of it later, the whole thing together, but that is an RPG. Now what we're going to shoot out of this RPG, and I'm going to set this aside now and let the JB weld completely cure before I mess that up again. There's a couple of different routes you can go with rounds for your RPG. I've also got a mortar that I made, and I'll put some of that on the video just so you can see it. But what I had been firing is the Nerf Vortex mini Vortex footballs, which are these, and they're extremely durable. You have to trim down the fins a little bit on them to keep them from jamming in the barrel, but they fit perfectly in the barrel. I can shoot well over 100 yards with one of these. We shot one on Sunday, and we went from well over 2 of our play areas where we play airsoft at. We shot way past that. So, and that was at 60 psi. These are anywhere from $3 up to, I've seen them for in excess of $7 a piece. They can be hard to get. A lot of your airsoft places carry them. Here in Wichita, Airsoft Unlimited carries them. Well worth the money. I recommend the orange ones if you can get them because they're easier to find. A little expensive, easy to lose, but usually they show up later. For close range, especially with my mortar, I go to Walmart and get these. I think it's like $3 for a pack of 4 or 5. I can't remember. They're in the party section. They don't have the range of the vortexes, but when I'm using my mortar at close quarters, this thing works perfect. And I didn't lose any of them. They stayed close in enough. Again, we trimmed down the fins a little bit. They fit right down in the barrel. Haven't tried them with the RPG, but I'm sure they'd work just as well, especially for close quarter combat, where you don't have you're more concerned about overfiring and losing your rounds. So that's pretty much it. I'll shoot some video of my other items we've already made, and that'll be it.